El Dorado, 15 year. Delicious. So I have one package to open today, but first, love of my life right now, my Philodendron silver sword is gonna get put up on a pole. Because this guy is wanting to climb. And if you can see, I got a little chopstick. Don't judge me. Chopstick is holding him up right now, but he's putting out all these little aerial roots. He's just looking for something to climb. So we're gonna give him something to climb. And let's get this out of the way first. He's all staked up, but he has these little tiny area roots that are kind of poking out at where the nodes are. And usually when and a lot of the different plants, pothos have this, a lot of philodendron, is a really good way for you to be able to tell whether or not this is a plant that likes to climb, is just checking those little node areas. If they have those little tiny itty bitty nubs, usually that is a sign that it's just wants to cling to something. And this is made out of cocoa coir, so this is a perfect medium for them to just be able to cling to. And the great thing about these poles is it's hollow at the top here, so you can buy more. So as your plant continues to grow, you can just keep stacking it up, and it goes up and up and up. And I just noticed that he's getting ready to put out a new leaf. Love you. Don't tell Seth. You ready to see what's in this box? I know what's in this box. I know the surprises they're not that exciting anymore now that, PayPal lets me know what it is. But this shipment is from Debbie Tan, which is actually out in Yonkers, so she's not that far away from where I am, because I am in Brooklyn. But this particular shipment has a lot of clippings, meaning we don't have any rooted plants, which means I get to put my sphagnum moss propagation box to work. Let's open up the first one, huh? So it looks like this bundle is just like a combination of a bunch of different clippings. I was looking at it like, is this all one plant? This is bizarre. These are really huge leaves. These are philodendron lemon lime leaves. So we have a couple different philodendron in here. This one, I don't actually know if it's the Philodendron Rio, or Cream Splash. I have a hard time telling sometimes with them. Or, sometimes I feel like it's a Rio, which is awesome because those are a little bit harder to find, but they're so unique as far as the leaves go. So they're very different from like a Philodendron Brazil, but I think this one is stripe. No good at being able to tell the difference between these. I know online, like everyone goes crazy for like certain types of like variations of what looks like a Brazil, but honestly, I just think they're all really pretty. But these leaves, these lemon lime leaves are insane. I love how huge they are. It's craziness. But yeah, that's a combination of a bunch of different clippings. These guys are gonna go in sphagnum moss. And I actually was thinking of trying out some in leca and seeing kind of how some of them do between leca and sphagnum moss, because I've already tried water. I have a lemon lime that's sitting in a propagation bulb with water, and it's taking forever to root. So we're gonna put sphagnum moss against leca and then we'll see how that goes. I almost forgot to point out, there are a couple of Cebu Blues in here as well. I'll just keep on building and building my Cebu Blue pot. And it just, it already has 2 plants in it, so now I'll just add in some extra notes. That'll be fun. But this was the other one. Got a little bit more notes. This is listed as a Rio, but I also see it as a silver stripe. A little different from the Brazil, but really cool, extra pointy leaves. I love philodendrons. They're so different from each other. The family of philodendron are always really easy to take care of, and they come in so many different shapes and sizes. They're never boring, and you know, I love my non-boring plants. But let me show you the plant that I did get that is actually a rooted plant. So this is a little sad. I'm probably going to have to kind of take it apart a little bit and repot it. This is a Peperomia ruby Cascade. So when I was kind of going through it a little bit, there was little pieces that were coming out that weren't rooted yet. They were probably placed in the pot to root and to just propagate. But since it's kind of been tossed around a little bit from shipping, I think I'm gonna have to just figure out getting it all settled. Because look at this, it's kind of a mess in there right now. But this is a really gorgeous plant. So I have a string of hearts, which isn't the same thing, but they are very similar in the way that they grow, which they'll grow extremely quickly. I mean, the ruby cascade might not grow as fast as a string of hearts does, but my string of hearts, when I got her, was in a pot about this size and just coming over the edge, maybe about here. And she's grown quite a bit since then. Here's my string of hearts. She always likes to face for some reason or another. You get her, but she has really grown. And like I said, she pretty much, when I first got her, started spinning around, was up around here. And that was, I want to say, like a month and a half ago. And look at her. And this is actually a northwest facing window. So imagine if I had even more light for her. These things love sunlight. She would just be trampling on the ground. But I am absolutely amazed at how fast she's grown. Now this one isn't going to grow as fast, but it's gonna go pretty fast, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what it looks like when I actually get it repotted, because it's messy right now and it's sad, and hopefully we can save this. So here's the experiment we're gonna do, guys. I have these philodendron silver stripe or Rios, whatever they are. They are in leca right now, in a cache pot, with some super thrive in the water for nutrients, so that water will just wick up and keep everything in here moist. And then we have these guys, which I'm pretty sure are Cream Splash, and they are in sphagnum moss that I also soaked with a little bit of Super Thrive. We'll see how that goes. So that's it. We'll have to see which ones will root faster, and I can kind of figure out from there, do I want to continue propagating with sphagnum moss? Do I want to try leca? And we'll just kind of put them up against each other. As far as the ruby cascade goes, I took a look at the pot and kind of took it out because it was just like a big mound of just wet soil. And the vines were just all over the place. Now I know this plant is it's delicate, so it can break really easily, but when I went in to try to get everything sorted out, I realized that they were all clippings, none of them were rooted, and I was supposed to have bought a rooted plant, so I was a little annoyed by that. One of them had like a little bitty itty bitty root, but it wasn't very established yet. So I pretty much kind of set it up in its own pot and put all the little clippings in as if I had received clippings, and I'm just gonna hope that they propagate fine. And if not, then I'll just have to try with another Ruby Cascade and see where we go from there. The unfortunate thing is that they're not rooted means I'm probably gonna miss out on a lot of the growing season, so it's not gonna be growing as fast as my string of hearts is, but that's okay. Anyway, we'll see you guys next time.